Hello.
Oh.
I
Oh
finally
god.
finished Star Wars. We're moving on.
Okay.
And we decided,
Screen.
aptly, to move on to Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah. And,
I
and
say
I think
aptly
it'll play.
because insane politics are happening around the world.
I think it'll play a lot better than the other one did. So
Yeah, we started up OG Bioshock, but then one of the checkpoints were crap, and then it would like randomly crash on me. Um,
yeah.
Let me turn down the game audio on my
This game
side at
this
least.
game
It's a
doesn't have
little
like
too loud.
saving quite like
There
oh
we
yeah, the
go.
music volume is
It's mostly the master, because I think the music means the orchestral score, not like the licensed tracks. But you were saying this game.
I don't know what thought I was getting into. Sorry.
Okay. So, Connor, you played this at least once, right?
I've finished it at least twice,
Okay.
but it's been a long time. I played
Yeah,
it on the 360 and then I played it on um the PC once, but like years ago, like probably 10 years ago at this point.
I think I played it on my first gaming laptop, or laptop that could do gaming. Um, why would you interrupt this? Oh my god.
You afraid of God?
No, but I'm afraid of you.
Yeah. So, I think this one, for some reason, had more staying power for me than like the OG one. I think the OG one's still the best of the three,
I
but this one resonates with me more for some reason.
Are you going to just sit there?
As compared to what? Standing?
yeah,
Standing? Rowing?
I don't know. We'll see how I feel at the end of this. I haven't actually played through the
So you
first one,
expect me
not
to show
like
us
all the
this?
way,
No.
but I know the
We
basic
don't expect
tenor.
you to do all the rowing.
Yeah.
And why is that?
Coming here was your idea.
My idea.
I've made it
I
very
do
clear
think this
you're
one
in
is
the
less
exercise.
The rowing.
No.
has
But
less of a
that's one
chance of people
exercise.
misinterpreting what the point is.
An entire thought experiment.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Because like there are a lot of people who like actually think Andrew Ryan is kind of cool.
Experiment knowing one could fail.
Because
One
of
does
course,
not undertake an experiment knowing
It's-
one has
I mean,
failed.
it's probably the same group that thinks
That's just to do, but we're never going to get there.
No, I mean I
Ayn Rand
appreciate it if you would
has valid
assist.
thoughts,
Perhaps
but
you should ask him. I imagine he has a greater interest
Sorry,
in the
I missed some of that.
I suppose he does.
oh no,
Weird
it's just
crowd
probably
or
the
something.
same group that
Why not?
Because he
believes that.
doesn't row.
Well, yeah,
Row?
No,
yeah, and it's also part of the like
row.
Ah, I see what you mean.
irony poisoning of our
Yeah.
entire discourse anymore. It's like
Mhm.
I've told you before. It's like I'll watch some things that like some shows and some media that might like technically be not the best, um, but they're incredibly sincere.
Would that change anything?
And because I'm incredibly tired of everything just being ironic and sarcastic
Mhm.
and cynical,
Somebody meeting me
just
here?
like
I certainly hope
we've been
so.
doing that for so many years now. We really, I really do think that
There's someone inside.
like some kind of sincerity matters. Um, and quite frankly, like the good arts of the world have like historically from around the world, not just in the Anglophone world or whatever, have not been just these like sarcastic, cynical, irony poisoned
Right.
screeds. They're they're trying to say something about something.
Is there a way to like scale up the UI?
It might be good to turn the volume up a tad. I don't want to be too high for you, but I have your stream at full and it's
Okay.
yeah, I'm talking, but even when I wasn't, I couldn't hear their voices very well.
Yeah, and the VO volume is, I have it up all the way. So we don't really need that stuff.
Not as much anyway.
Okay.
Excuse me. It's Booker DeWitt. I guess you're expecting me?
So I think when I played this, I was a heathen and back then when I played on PC, I still used a controller for shooters.
Good luck with
So
Wow.
that, pal.
we'll see how this goes for me.
You're just playing mouse and keyboard this time?
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine. I mean,
Oh,
it'll be
it will
fine.
be.
But like, it's
Is
not a
anyone
very
here?
precise shooter.
Hello?
No, it's not.
It's not going to be. Oh god. Oh no. I'm moving my screen around.
What a fucking trap song. Jesus Christ.
What did that say? It's good when I am dying. It's good when I am dying.
I don't know.
Huh.
I can't tell what it's saying. Whatever.
Oh, it's old time religion. Oh, okay.
To thine own world shall I take thee. So yeah, religion has always been very interesting to me. So when this
Shit.
very clearly put its feet forward of like, this is our examination of religion in a Bioshock lens, I was like, yes, please.
So I didn't realize this was such an old song, though. So
What song is it?
Johnny, give me that old time religion. There's an artist I've listened to who sings it.
Wait a minute, that card.
But they're recordings from Johnny Cash, which if I know anything about Johnny Cash, he's probably doing that somewhat tongue in cheek, to be honest.
What in the world is...
Say what you will about like, because I think a lot of people don't like. I think people look back on Bioshock Infinite and are less warm on it. But I would say this is probably in the whole series mostly in terms of like opening moments.
Yeah.
Few top these opening moments, honestly. For me, at least.
Oh shoot! What did I start playing? What? I accidentally hit something on my keyboard and I started playing the Decemberist Mariner's Revenge song, and I don't know where it's playing from. And I was like, that's not in this game. Where is it playing from? Oh, from YouTube Music. There we go. That was great. Because it happened as you were facing that little that little plaque.
No, God damn it!
Why would the platform go down to show you these rockets that are about to go off?
3, 2, 1. Attention. Attention.
Just stay calm.
I do think like this opening makes basically no sense until the game concludes, though.
Yeah.
15,000 feet.
I kind of wonder what. I know he had a teaser trailer for it,
Oh
but I
my
kind of wonder
God.
what Ken Levine's new game is. Yeah.
That hallelujah part gets me every freak. And then the little slow piano. Oh, man.
I always think
Every time.
Yeah. It's a good opening. I mean, I forgot that it was obscured by the. I can't remember what they call this thing. It's not a bathysphere in this game, but it's the same basic idea. No, you do go to games like this, and like I don't want to come across sounding like some sort of like primitivist or anything, but you get games like this and you get like worlds like this kind of going back to like the early 20th century, and it's like you're you're met keenly with the fact that like we definitely have made a lot of technological advancements by all means. But also we were able to do a lot more than we recall being able to do back in these times.
Like, look at
Like,
this lighting. I know it's
what?
not like real time lighting and it's like pre-baked and all that, but like,
I mean, this is. I'm not talking about game tech or whatever. I'm talking like the era of this game. Personally, I don't know if you're, but it is pretty good lighting though. I think it's all like largely artistically driven, which is the difference. It's like,
like
I
this
think
still holds up.
Before you had the ability though to have everything hardware driven, and the engines were all that good. It's like you had to make it work, like because it's clearly not the best graphically, but it doesn't look bad. Like this game is what, 10 years old now?
I think exactly, yeah.
Yeah, because I was playing it in my
I was in college still.
College, so
yeah. We're just gonna soak this in. And this version of this song, I was obsessed with like the soundtrack of this game.
What's the song? Because I can barely hear it. I guess it gets a little walk toward them.
Will the circle be unbroken? And actually, let me put the music back up. Because I think I had issue with just the menu music earlier.
Could be. Yeah, so Parker Millsap is the artist that has come across my radar singing Old Time Religion.
Oh my, like, look at this. Look at this, Connor. Look at these reflections. Ah, okay. Let me just take all this random money. You know, that's like the goofy things about games, right? That I can just walk around and just loot this church.
Yeah. You just get money.
Oh, dude, I can't wait. Okay. The voxophones, the noise, like the audio engineering that went into these is so good.
Love the prophet because he loves the sinner.
Well,
Love the sinner because he is you.
my comment about some of the ideas about the modern era. God, okay. It might be that I hit enter because I just did it again.
Grace has forgiven.
I need to turn the voice volume down because I can barely hear you.
Because I, what was I trying to say? Like back in the, like prior to the 20s or 30s, I believe, like when the railroads were shut down, or like a significant portion of them were anyway. It's like prior to that, into the later 1800s, it's like we were able to do some pretty interesting, complex logistics with like radio signaling and hardwired lighting switches and stuff like that. It's just always kind of like, I'm not saying that we should go back to that time exactly or completely abandon all computing, but computing has a tendency to, yes, make certain things possible for more people, but also consolidate it further and further up the ladder.
If the prophet had only prayed for our deliverance and not led us to this new Eden, it would have been enough. If the prophet had just led us to the new Eden and
this is wild.
the vipers of the Orient.
I think they're definitely trying to like go for a.
Someone from the Sodom below.
It might even be like explicitly trying to conjure like Joseph Smith. I'm not entirely sure.
Our founders and our Lord.
I just need passage into the city.
Passage to the city. Brother, the only way to Columbia is through rebirth in the sweet waters of baptism. Will you be cleansed, brother?
Let's either this or turn around and get back on that rocket.
Hey. I baptize you in the name of our prophet, in the name of our founders and the name of our Lord.
Is this man blind?
I think he's supposed to be. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
I didn't realize until like just now.
Who's there? Who's there?
Bring us the curb and wipe away the debt.
What do you want?
We had a deal to it. Open this door right now.
I told you.
I want to cancel Apple Music.
Father
That
Franklin.
idiot priest needs to learn the difference between baptizing a man and drowning one. I need to find a landmark and figure out where the hell I am.
I mean,
What is he holding? Like a scroll, I assume?
it looks like a scroll, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Scroll, the sword, the key, or something like that. I think
Well,
it's
sword
supposed
makes
to
sense
have
for
some-
Washington.
It kind of makes sense for Franklin too. I guess Jefferson's idea would be like he gave you the law.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm
Frank-
unfamiliar with the
Franklin
key
gave
for
you
Franklin.
gave you the tech or something, or the knowledge. Because Franklin, at least
okay.
like, and it's not entirely incorrect, but like, he is. Did you lose health from that?
Yeah, I drowned Connor.
No. From picking up the apple.
Oh,
It
don't
looks
think
like it
so.
said minus health, but it might have just been the way that
Seed
it
of the prophet shall sit the throne and drown in flame the mountains of man.
Still got a girl to find.
So this is like the proper reveal, I guess,
Yeah.
of the full.
It's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, this is part of what I loved about it. I always like these games to try to do something interesting with space, and
And just kind of not like surface level world building, you know?
Good to see you.
Because once you analyze a bit harder, things definitely start to break down, right?
right, like Ken Levine has kind of he has a real, for lack of a better word, he has kind of an atheist like bent on this religious critique, which is fine, but has its blind spots.
Yeah.
Like I prefer seeing these critiques from people who are like, they understand the faith, but are able to make the criticisms. They might even themselves be Christian or whatever. They're just not this kind
Blindly
of Christian.
fanatical. Yeah.
They don't consider. They don't put Washington, Jefferson, and Franklin on a similar pedestal as Moses, for example. And that is hardly to say that I have any opinion on whether Moses should be on that pedestal, frankly. But
Even the marigolds are still unplanted. All work which should have been done months ago. Do you know what he told me? He said that he...
In the midst of the darkest storm. I'm not gonna try to do an old time radio voice. I'm sorry.
no, don't. I trying to speak in the transatlantic accent is just. I feel bad for people who like. There are people who were raised basically from birth speaking in a transatlantic accent, and so that's like kind of how they spoke for most of their life.
Right.
There's actually a woman I follow. Well, might go by they them. I'm not entirely sure. I can't recall.
Wait. Are there subtitles for the voxophones? There isn't.
That's
How
unfortunate.
dated.
It is kind of funny. Like all those tiny little tweak settings are now in almost every game, and way more games than you would expect have pretty robust accessibility settings now, which is nice.
Yeah, dude, like subtitle background, subtitle color, size of subtitles.
The ability to turn off screen blur alone and like
motion
add a
blur.
reticle. Yeah, motion blur. And add a reticle when there isn't one for motion sickness concerns is like just something that wouldn't have been considered in 2005 most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, the games in 2005 were often not the fidelity wasn't high enough for them to cause that problem as constantly, like in terms of motion sickness. I mean.
Okay, so that ring of halo, that ring of light around Lady Comstock has always been interesting to me because that's very much like in my experience. Again, I'm not very versed in Christian religion, but that has always been a like Eastern religion thing to me, because like you see that a lot in Buddhist imagery with like that ring of like light around behind the Buddha or behind other East Asian mystic figures.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious, what was the like thought process behind including that? Are they referencing explicitly that, or
well, it's
just
worth
cool imagery?
mentioning. It's worth mentioning that for all intents and purposes, Christianity is an Eastern religion refracted through a Western lens.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it started in like Judea, like Bethlehem, Nazareth stuff. It was a crossroads within the Roman Empire. It was on the periphery of the Roman Empire, so they probably had pretty decent dealings with like whatever empires were around. I think it might have been the Persian Empire in that like that hugged up against that area at the time, but I don't actually know for sure. So it came into that realm and okay, so this is actually interesting. So Halo religious iconography from ancient Greek halos, threshing floor disc. Threshing floor is an interesting one. Also called a nimbus, areole, glory, or gloriole. Okay. So what's kind of interesting about this is it's in the religious art of ancient Greece, ancient Rome, Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, among other religions, sacred persons. I'm curious to see someone pick this apart a little bit because historically there actually weren't depictions of the Buddha as a human until the Greco invasion of India. And then there was like a successor kingdom to Alexander that was basically Greco-Indian that did a lot of their religious iconography, their statues and everything in the Greco-Roman style. Would have been like Greek then because Roman wasn't really a thing on that level yet. But and from then on you started seeing more like human interpretations. Now that might have been like true in India, but as it spread, you were probably going to get that anyway.
DeWitt, stop. Do not alert Comstock to your presence. Stop. Whatever you do not pick number 77. Stop. Lutess.
I like the don't pick this random ball.
Okay.
Which is not random, obviously, in the context of the story, but like the idea is the game is supposed to be random, and you get the ball that they say don't get. So.
Yeah, which I know a lot of people compared to like OG Bioshock and 2, like the kind of binary choices you get here don't actually fucking matter, and everyone was upset about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, sir, no, ma'am. Those are vigors I'm talking about.
Snake oil.
Courtesy of
Okay, I'm not gonna do any of these. We all know bucking bronco is the best vigor in this game.
Have you ever lost a penny to a vending
Give
machine?
me one of those.
With just a whisper. They're all ears.
This sequence has always like made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Press to turn machines into allies.
What the hell was that?
Wait, did that say fire plasmid? Hold on. It says fire vigor in the thing, but I think in that tutorial it said fire plasmid, which is technically.
Sorry, pal. The raffle is all sold out. Entrance is reserved for dignitaries and very important personages alone.
I'm guessing that don't mean me.
Wait. What is the button? Hello? Oh, I probably rebound these.
Heads.
Or tails.
Come on, let me through. Heads.
Or tails.
Heads.
Told you. I never find that as satisfying as I'd imagined.
Chin up. There's always next time.
I suppose there is.
And I love that. Like right now, you're just like, what about a bunch of fucking weirdos?
Yeah. I mean, they're the people who were rowing the boat, right?
Yes. Okay, I don't really need that right now. And then, like, obviously, I've read like Devil in the White City, so like, obviously, kind of
Some of the vibes.
the vibes of that World Fair. And I would not be surprised if what's his face? And not to say like it's entirely him, but the dude we're about to meet at this raffle thing. Okay, I don't know if I've ever not noticed those balloons, but they look so out of place.
Yeah.
Like in this world's art style.
What? Oh god, what year is this game placed? Interesting.
I'll see if I can find a
What did she
thing.
change into and from?
Madam Lutess, I have read all your books on the sciences.
I don't know.
Mama says
It might
it's not
it
a
might
fit
be it.
occupation for a lady.
I
But
think it may have changed
she's
from the
jealous
boy
of our
version.
cleverness. Is it true that only you were
Oh,
allowed to visit
right,
the
because it's some
Dwelling
kind of like
Tower?
weird
If the
coin
Lord
flip
was
thing
lonely
where
too,
either they are
I'd like to meet her, as we would
supposed to
have
be a
lunch
woman
in
or a
common.
man, something
Like-
like that.
Constance.
Spoilers for a 10-year-old game.
Yeah,
I think they call themselves twins, but they are alternate universe versions of each other that just have
right.
discovered dimensional travel. It seems like. Fink. Okay. So Fink here. Yeah, Connor, I don't know if you want to look up a picture of this guy I'm about to talk about, but he looks straight up like H.H. Holmes.
I think
Are you
you're
familiar
right.
with H.H.
Yeah.
Holmes?
Not really, but like,
So he's basically Devil in the White City is basically talking about Chicago's World's Fair and him, and that how like
Got it.
those two parts of American history converged together.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's kind of wild that he looks exactly like him.
We'll see about that. I'm feeling
Can you look up the song they're singing?
What is it?
Irene, good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Something along those lines. Just curious, like, because I know the song earlier, God Only Knows. That's a Beach Boys song.
The Eric Clapton song, apparently.
Okay, yeah, checks out.
I mean, it kind of plays into the idea that this is like supposed to be this old-timey throwback, but is kind of blurring between time periods.
Yeah, I don't know how
They
much
have
of like
No sale.
they have like the rifts that they hear music from the future and shit like that.
yeah. So
77. That's a lucky number. I'll be rooting for you.
Bring me the bowl! Is that not the prettiest young white girl in all of Colombia?
So for Fink, his thing was like, since they discovered the tears that Elizabeth can use, he kind of like peeked into the future, and that's how like a lot of them developed the tech and the music and whatnot. That's out of time, air quotes. You know.
Yeah.
It was all me. Please. Please, what are you doing? Come on. Are you gonna throw it? Or are you taking your coffee black these days? I'm the one you want. Oh, looks like we've got a shy one here.
I got something for you.
We've got to do something. Wait. It's him.
Now, where'd you get that brand, boy? Don't you know that makes you the backstabbing snake in the grass false shepherd?
And we ain't letting no false shepherd into our flock.
This is kind of funny to me because, like,
Man, boys.
in no and now you have the
Oh,
sliders.
X is my melee. That's weird.
That is a weird button. Is it
Okay,
possible
we
to
need
read
to-
that? That seems like a problem.
We need to fix that real quick. Thumb mouse button too. Okay. And it didn't give me. Okay. All right. Boom. Okay.
You know, the game is a bit more brutal than I recall. No, I was gonna say like the like prophecy there, where it's like, oh, this mark, basically like mark of the beast or whatever,
Effectively,
is never that specific. It's never just like it's gonna be an A and a D on the back of their hand. It's always like obscure and like, what does it mean and whatnot.
Okay, I really hate that the gun aim down the sights is a toggle and not a hold.
You should be able to change it in the settings somewhere. Because I did change that when I was using a controller.
Okay. Combat fire toggle.
No, maybe not.
In modern games, there is a separate like hold versus toggle like bind you can do.
Yeah, in the controller settings anyway, used to be able to change it to be different gameplay styles. So like, I think they basically was like,
It's not a big
you want
deal.
to play it? Well, sure, but like, do you want to play it like Halo, or do you want to play it like Call of Duty, basically? And I was just like, well, I don't love Call of Duty, but I'm more familiar with that control style, so here we go.
I told you,
Were there apples on the table too?
You sell 'em paradise, and the customers expect cherubs for every.
Sure.
Sure. Possession now turns machine and man into allies. No menials in
It does say plasmid there.
Well, I have a man in Georgia who'll lease us as many Negro convicts as you can board. Why, you can say they're simple souls in penance for rising above their station. Whatever eases your conscience, I suppose.
Oh, I forgot this game has ghosts. No, it's kind of nice though. It looks like headshots pay off.
Yeah, I know when you were playing. I know when you were playing Resident Evil, headshots could hurt more than hell.
They hurt more than hell. Or they hurt more than help when they transform mostly.
Yeah.
It doesn't help anything, and also I just
And-
wasn't good at aiming, frankly.
and-
But I also just don't think they were counting it as damage differently, that much more than just hitting them.
No. And I, like you said, this game is not nearly as precise of a shooter, so I don't really need to aim down sights. Like, there's not much in terms of like bullet spread or anything like that.
Yeah.
And more like, look, boom. Like, I should not be able to do that with a pistol, right?
Yeah. You can possess the turret? I didn't know that.
That's the upgrade I just bought, was to possess the turret.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Hello? Okay.
That guy's going to become annoying.
Oh.
I do appreciate the, oh, because they're not human, they don't commit suicide.
No, it just, the timer ran out on it, I think.
Yeah. Well, the humans apparently commit suicide at the end of it.
I mean, I guess it checks out that they don't commit suicide, robots.
Fair. I just meant they don't, like, blow up or anything. But
should probably heal.
Do you not keep health packs in this game? You just have to buy them at the vendors?
I haven't found any yet. It's more the
Interesting.
issue. Like, here they are.
Stop in the name of the law! Call out the firemen!
Oh, the firemen. How fun.
So I love the, like, kind of half annoying, like, violin shrieks that happen after combat.
Yeah. I like when games have clear indications that the combat's over. I will say that.
Getting hot.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, they talked about the firemen, you fucking goon. Oh. He's done.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's supposed to be like this big deal. 3 or 4 shots from a pistol.
Well, you only live once.
To be fair, it's only supposed to get you this vigor.
It's Mazora from Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, well,
they're still terrifying. The vigor, like
when you take them.
the slight hallucination you have.
Oh.
Press to throw a fiery grenade. Hold and release to
Oh.
create an explosive trap.
Sorry, that's a terrible noise. I'm drinking hibiscus tea and I made it a little too
A little too tart.
That wasn't no
little too sour.
Mm-hmm.
It's also at the bottom of it, of the cup.
Oh,
so
look,
like
Connor.
in
When
the-
Devil's Kiss equip, press fire plasmid.
Yeah, exactly. Like they didn't change their help text from game to game. Ooh. Wow.
I also could probably be ending a lot of these encounters much faster if I just like stop trying to do headshots. But headshots are fun.
Yeah, I mean the game's combat basically centers around like exploiting the vigors when you can using aerial combat.
Yeah, and the shooting is definitely more of a like run and gun. Like it's not like
Yeah.
a Call of Duty where like you are aiming down the sights a lot. I just happen to be doing it a lot because that's my preferred way of playing shooters. But this is more in the vein of like,
Yeah.
I think at least, Halo-y, kind of just pop around, run around, especially once you get, leave me alone, Jesus Christ, access to, yeah, whatever. I don't even remember like caring about this.
We do indeed.
Why are you
I do like that one actually.
following me?
We were already here.
Why are you following us?
Aperitif.
Okay, we're gonna go all in on shields.
Just what the doctor ordered.
The difference between life and death.
Oh, okay. Let's actually equip gear. Wait, is it tab? What's the freaking pause button? J? K. B. U. How do I change gears? Play box phone. Oh. Weird. Okay. Sure. Ammo. Yeah, definitely want bigger ammo size.
What was that?
Surprising.
Surprising that it worked,
Surprising that it didn't kill him.
but a magnetic repulsive field around one's body can come in handy.
If it doesn't kill you.
Father Comstock called on me today to write his biograph. Me. The man pays for exactly 100 pages in advance. Now, I'm half a Jew when I smell silver, so I say, Father,
I'm
your
half a
flock
Jew.
would pay for 1,000.
God damn
You
it.
know, why settle for less? And then the prophet looks to me and says, 100 will suffice, as I know how it ends.
Oh! Damn hook must be magnetized.
That was always such a weird line to me. Alright, and yeet! Yeah, I'm not gonna press J to change weapons. Absolutely not. Where are you at? Oh, there.
You had this gun. Keep him
Will you? Ooh, oh. Hello. Yeah, this feels a lot easier than I remember it being.
Right. You're just like, am I just better? Which, like, yeah, but also
I mean, that's part of it, but
the game
also
might
mouse
also
and
just be not
keyboard.
as challenging. And mouse and keyboard. Yeah, I will say, I think the game was probably mostly marketed for
Console.
consoles because it was like one of those kinds of games that just had a big console presence.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you know, at that time, we had some years of Call of Duty and whatnot. We definitely had Halo and stuff, but like online gaming and online PC shooters are not what they were not what they are today. So
Go. They're looking for you. Police, we're in need of your assistance.
They're here.
Shh. Keep your voice down.
So yeah, this isn't like the first one where like you
All right, let's move on.
stack
you don't,
that medkits.
yeah, you don't actually keep medkits in stock, which is interesting. I forgot about that. I like how you can't pick up that gun.
I vaguely remember a secret being here, but I don't remember now. Whatever. Hello? Should I just do pistol run only, Connor? Seems to be
You could
working
try it.
right now.
It seems to be working right now. It might get harder with some of those like George Washington.
The handymans? No,
Stat-
not the handymans. I know which ones. The fucking crazy George Washington animatronics.
Because the fireman isn't nearly as much of a challenge as they make it out to
No. Oh.
be. Okay.
What? Where'd he go?
He fell through the stairs.
God damn it.
Comstock came by the wagon at dawn. Man was just transfixed by my trophy scalps. Asked about the white ones there. I said, well, sir, if your quarry dwells in the jungle and beds down with the local color, why split hairs? Not a chuckle out of him. Either he ain't seen
I think this next section,
maybe too many.
we'll see.
Now it's got me hunting down this Daisy Fitzroy. Hope he don't expect me to stuff and mount her.
Disgusting. This is wild. All right.
What the? God damn it. Here, one second, John.
Yeah.
Right, I'll be right back.
You're fine.
And when the angel Columbia gave unto the founders the tools to build a new Eden, they did so without hesitation. For 85 years they prepared the way of the Lord. But when the great apostate came, he brought war with him, and the fields of Eden were soaked with the blood of brothers. The only emancipation he had to offer was death.
It's such a wild piece of art. And to think there's some people who might be like this currently. Okay. Let's see. Take everything in this bottom room. Full. Ay, okay.
The prophet led us into Peking. Dash his brains out. Die on! That's it, come here, Sally. Give yourself up. Keep shooting. You're no match. There he is. Teach you a lesson. Keep shooting.
And that's it. God, this game is so much easier. Mouse and keyboard. Let's see. Boom. Don't really need either of those.
What exactly
All right, I'm back.
great emancipator emancipating the Negro from his daily
Wow.
bread,
Now I get
from the
to
nobility of honest work,
Now you get to hear this.
patrons who sponsor
I get to hear this, and then I also get to go to the Kaiser website to try to type an email to my doctor because the app keeps crashing on me.
and you shall find out. No animal is born free, except the white
Boy.
man. And it is our burden to care for the rest of creation.
I do
I'm
not
gonna
have 30 new messages. Come on.
This piece of art is wild. Like, god damn.
Yeah, I mean it. I mean, this is like the thing is, this is part of what I what I think is good and like kind of I don't know. I go back and forth on it because like on one hand, there's a lot of stuff that is like not that blatant historically, that is still an extreme problem. On the other hand, like you do have people who just like straight up make that kind of those kind of characters, and it's like, yeah, this is just how it is. And it's like, oh, okay.
Okay, I think protecting our race.
Sorry if the mechanical keyboard comes across the recording.
Like, I forgot, how do you move that very obvious bookcase?
Sweet mother of Columbia, why do we worship three symbols in your memory? We worship the sword, so that we might avenge you. We worship the raven,
There we go.
so that we might cover the city with eyes. We worship the coffin, because it symbolizes the weight of our faith.
Okay. So I think we'll have this mini boss, if I remember the flow of this game correctly. I think that's a good place to call it.
I forgot how quickly this boss came into the picture.
What, like a...
New kind of vigor. That's a hell of a thing.
Let down, that's the word. I'm like, God. This will be a fairly short series, I think. Just for how much I'm breezing through the combat.
Yeah, I think so. It's also not a very long game.
No,
Isn't
it's
it
in
only
like
10
10 to 15, like very small teens. Okay. I do like Murder Crows better than most of the others. Oh.
Oh, you already killed the guy?
Yeah.
I looked away for a second, I think. And
that's what I was saying. That was like kind of a letdown.
I remember those guys being way more challenging.
And maybe they will be as we continue through the story. But right now, I've been like just popping headshots, no problem. Okay. Mulatto dwarf. I just haven't been paying attention to when this game like auto saves. Now that I think about it.
What color were his eyes?
Blue. Boom. Boom. It's not fair, Connor. It doesn't feel fair. how I'm just steamrolling these people. Okay. Was there anything valuable in here? This seems like a really weird building. That door's barred. You know, a crazy game that to try, though you would just get really impatient with me, I feel, would be the Dishonored games.
Oh, because you'd probably save scum.
Not save scum necessarily, but I would not fully obsessed, but like be pretty obsessive with trying to be as stealthy as possible.
Wasn't that made by people who worked on Bioshock 2?
No, no, not that I'm aware of. Unless Arcane Leon, like, was formed of prior Irrational studio people. Which they may be, for all I know. Okay, so I think it's a good place to call it. We got through a lot. And I'm excited for this, to just see this game again almost 10 years later with a very different viewpoint in my lens that I view life in. Also, it's just a good game. Like, it still holds up. The shooting's very kind of just run and gun Halo style, but it's still a fun game. All right. Look forward to 2 new series. Connor's going to take on God of War, which will be fun. I'm excited to see that as just a viewer, not a participant, so I won't be as stressed out. Are you going to do the Valkyrie challenges, or absolutely not?
Probably not. I might try 1 or 2 of them, but I'm not going to stress myself out about it.
Yeah. I thought the Berserkers to be a lot easier than the Valkyries from Ragnarok.
I think I agree. I agree. Even though I didn't go through a ton of them, I finished 1 or 2, and I still thought that was even the ones I failed, I felt closer to succeeding than I ever did with the Valkyries.
The Valkyries are freaking crazy. Yeah.
So.
Okay. Thank you for watching. Check out our other series, Resident Evil, Star Wars Jedi. We finally finished those, and look forward to this. Bye.
Peace.